Brandon, Kaylor, and Trey Munoz are the perfect representation of Oregon State's wrestling team. Kaylor was recruited by the old coaching staff, while Trey came in when Pendleton took over. Despite these differences, when you hang out with them, they give you the impression that they've been friends for their entire lives. And that's kind of what the whole team is like. Oregon State has kids from all over, including junior college transfers and even Fresno State transfers who left after their program was shut down. But the one thing they all have in common is they seem to have found a forever home in Corvallis, Oregon, with Oregon State's wrestling program, one that jumped up 34 spots in the NCAA tournament from the year prior. While in Oregon, Kozak and I had the pleasure of hiking with Trey and Brandon to God's Thumb, a view of the Oregon coast about an hour and a half away from Corvallis. Stop zooming out, stop it. If you want to see the view, you have to watch the video. After spending this time with Trey and Brandon, it became very hard for me to ignore the type of family that Oregon State seems to foster. A lot of programs talk about family, but when we were at Oregon State, we could really feel it, and I think you will too.
We're just heading over to God's Thumb. It's a pretty famous hike up in Oregon. It's right on the coast. It's a really nice view. I feel like not a lot of people know that we're only 45 minutes away from the coast, so.
I'm always so scared of mountain lions, dude.
On hikes?
Are there mountain lions?
No, but I just, because when I was in high school,
Not in Oregon, you'll be safe.
in high school, a mountain lion somehow traveled miles and miles down south to where I'm from. And my mom called me, "Where are you?" And we were freshmen, we were all walking to Walmart. She's like, "There's a mountain lion on the loose."
Yeah.
And we're all 15 years old. What? And I'm small, all my friends are small. And we're like, "Dude, what do we do?" And we hear just branches crackling. We all pause, just this big fat hobo. We're like, "Oh," dude, that was so close. We could have died right there.
There's a mountain lion. My house is right here, and then the mountain lion is over there. There's this big hill I'd ride my scooter down. And I'm riding my scooter and I look to the right, there's a big mountain lion. I'm like, oh my God.
Dude, that's the last thing you want to do is run away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Run away fast, then they chase you.
Yeah, I'm on my scooter, so I'm about to outrun this thing. Cause this hill is this steep, so I'm zooming.
When I was a kid, I got attacked by a squirrel.
What?
Dude, a squirrel jumped out of a tree, just started chasing me.
Really?
Swear, yeah, it was the scariest thing ever. Coach P know about this place? Hey, if he makes me run this thing, it's over. You think they're gonna make us do it at the OTC, the incline?
Dude, I'm dreading it.
When I went in high school, because I went with the Greco team, the freestyle guys did it, and I was like, yeah, we want to do it, right? No. We went to WCAP, and I was with the Mangos and Ellis Coleman and Ildar. Dude, I was getting power bombed. I'm 113 pounds, 17 years old. I remember he picks me up like this and just goes, boom. And I look at him, I'm like, what the heck, man? He's like, welcome to the big leagues. In his accent, I'm like, this is...
Did he really say that?
Yeah, I'm like, this is
Oh,
stupid. Wow. It's 2-on-1, I couldn't move my arm. I was like, this is... I called my dad, I gotta quit wrestling, I hate this.
I think the Oregon coast is pretty cool just because the trees meet the ocean and there's really no sand in between in some places, so I think it's pretty cool, and I don't think you really get it anywhere else, so.
I like that idea.
He leaned into the camera like he wanted me to point it at him, and then he didn't say anything.
Dude, do you not see this? Dude, no wonder I've never been here before. Oh my.
Coach B said he did this in 45 minutes
No.
with carrying Riker.
No. Actually, I will never doubt that man.
I tried. It was our off day. Coach B was like, "Hey, you need to get outside, get your mind off wrestling." So I was like, "Okay, come do this hike." I started it. I was like, "There's no way I'm making it up top." So I just did the halfway point.
Have you done the full thing before?
No, never.
This is the first time?
Yeah, first time doing the full thing. I've done the halfway.
How long did the halfway take you?
Oh yeah.
45 minutes?
Not gonna lie. You have to scale the side of a really steep hill on that one, so it took me a long ass time to get up. I myself.
So we're in for a long hike right now.
Yeah.
I love it. This is awesome. This is great.
So originally we were gonna do the fit and loop, which is an hour loop. And then I was sitting eating lunch with Corey, one of our other coaches. He was like, "Hey, you wanna do God's Thumb with these flow guys?" And I have a hard time saying no to the coaches, so I'm like, "Yeah, sure, coach, let's do it."
Sounds great.
So I hang up the phone and I'm like, "Frick, Corey, that's an hour and a half drive, man." Yeah, this spot I've been, but I haven't been to the top yet.
The top?
Yeah.
You say bring Zuko.
Yeah, we should run Zuko.
My fat little bulldog did not make it.
You've been carrying it the whole way.
My little fat English bulldog is like 35 pounds and like this long. If I brought him up here, he'd be done with just that first hike where right before the cars were.
I want him to be one of those bulldogs that have like the underbite,
Yeah.
like this.
Hey,
Stick his tongue out all tight.
When we get home, feel his jaw. It's like this.
Yeah.
I'm interested here, Trey, like your recruiting process, like why you committed to Arizona State and like what that process was transitioning out and then like to Oregon State and what made you want to make the move and then how the transition was. And then Brandon, just kind of like from your perspective, somebody already on the team, talk about like what it was like welcoming Trey or like having somebody new come in.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Coach Pendleton and I mean, he wrestled at Oklahoma State, and my dad did too. And I was born in 2001 when my dad was a senior and he was a freshman. So Coach Pendleton would come over, change my diapers, babysit me all the time. So he's known me since I've been born. So we have a really close connection. He's been watching me. And when I went to ASU, he mentored me my first year. So when he left, I felt it out for a year at Arizona State, and it just didn't feel right without him. So followed him up here, and, you know, I made that jump all the way up from 20th to 6th, and then I'm hopefully looking to get on top of that podium next year.
Like, did you feel like welcomed by the team like right away? Like what was that coming into a new team, like with a new group of guys?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Actually, my first week I was part of the team. This guy, Riley Gurr, we were playing handball. They were picking teams, and I was like, hey man, it's nice to meet you. It's like really good to be here. And he just says with a straight face, he's joking obviously, but he says with a straight face, he says, I hope you never feel like you're a part of the team. I'm like, oh my God, bro. But I mean, eventually I got used to the Pacific Northwest, and I got to start liking a lot of the guys on the team and the coaching staff. So it's been really awesome so far.
Brandon, from your perspective, like, because there's a couple different transfers coming in, what was that like already being a guy who was, you know, there, and then like seeing new faces come in and like, I don't know how they fit in. What was that like for you guys?
It was an exciting time, mostly just because a lot of those guys really wanted to prove themselves like they were part of this team and they were Beavers. And it happened that way, and having one coaching staff where you think you get to college, like there's no way college could get any better than this. Our program couldn't get better than this. Like we're at like the pinnacle. And then Pendleton coming and bringing great guys like Trey in and just elevating our team even more. It's just unbelievable how much more like our program can grow and how much more room we still have to grow to this day. So. When I first got here, I was scared to like represent and wear Oregon State wrestling because other sports and teams just did not like us. We were known for fighting, like just being troublemakers. And as a freshman, I don't want to be around that. And then with the new culture of the team, I'd say we're easily the most loved team of all sports.
Gary's a celebrity right here.
They love gas.
Yeah, we would just go over to somebody's house and be like, where's Gary? Where's gas tank?
Like, you never met this guy. They go, we love Gary.
Yeah.
We love watching him, dude.
Yeah, and then Gary would have a match, and it'd be like 2-1 overtime, and then me or BK would have like a major attack. They would always go up to Gary after and be like, hey, we loved your match. Like, you're so much fun to watch.
And he goes, eating up.
Yeah.
And I just look at Gary. I go, what were you eating? The time up? Like what? He's like, come on, man. Too soon.
Have you ever tried the Cincinnati chili?
Oh, Skyline Chili?
Yeah.
He actually made a rap about it.
Gary did?
Yeah, he used to work at Skyline Chili. He called the rap Chili Gang.
Okay.
It's like Gucci Gang, but it's Chili Gang, Chili Gang, Chili Gang. And I don't know the lyrics of the song.
Yeah. I mean, it's simple enough, right?
Yeah.
With the old team and then kind of the old coaching staff, we had a lot of cliques. Like you could see who really vibed with who, and it wasn't a brotherhood. Now with the new coaching staff and the new culture they've established, it's like everybody likes everybody. We all get along. There's no beef at practice. There's no hard times, no hard feelings or hurt. And it's just overall just a much better place to grow as an individual outside of wrestling as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's, like, sometimes you're going to get chippy in the room, but, I mean, at the end of the day, we just dap each other up and then just wrestle again, you know?
Trey, you kind of joked about like not feeling like super accepted right off the bat.
Yeah,
How long did it like really take to feel like, okay, like I fit in here, I belong, like these are my guys?
Yeah, it probably took probably a month, just because nobody really knew who I was. Everybody knew that I was just coming from ASU. I was just like Corey. Yeah, I felt like I had to prove myself to everybody and to the coaching staff. So I felt like it took a couple weeks, at least 3 weeks, but probably about a month for me to start feeling really comfortable around the guys. I hit my head.
Yeah. Me too.
Man, every step I'm watching your feet, I'm like, dude, oh my gosh.
There's a couple times where I want to say like, watch out.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do for the shot.
We're not lost. Right?
No, we're not. We're good.
Yeah, I got a kid at home, man. I got a little dog at home too.
You guys were not on people's radar to start the year. How did you guys view yourself compared to how like other people viewed you, you know?
I mean, at the beginning of the year, I wasn't even wrestling. So I had a job at the beginning of the year. I wasn't eligible. I wasn't even in school yet. So it was hard watching from the outside. But I mean, watching our first duel with like Lehigh and Campbell, I knew like once I got in there, it would be something special. So my first tournament was Reno in Wyoming. Obviously a pretty tough team. We won the tournament. Just edged them by a little bit. So that was a pretty cool moment for us. I feel like that gave us a little bit of confidence and then gave us some momentum rolling into our dual season.
In the beginning of the season, they look at like rankings and last year's results, and they don't think of how much a team can improve over the summer and what they can bring throughout the season. Like if they get that momentum rolling, you know, like we did. And when Trey came back and he was eligible, just his points skyrocketed, his charisma and his leadership like propelled us as a team. And it was just like another guy, like another go-to guy, like, hey, Trey's on that mat. We know we're getting a win here. Like that's a guaranteed dub. So you stack up your teams, you know, like Wyoming, tough dual team, and we knew like, hey, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna beat these guys. And at Reno and at the duel, which was first time in a while, just like when we wrestled Stanford, it's like first time in 4 years we beat them, and in dynamic fashion, it was like 31-6.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. So
what were you doing, like the first whatever semester? To where you weren't eligible, were you still like training hard, or like what was the training situation look like for you there?
Yeah, so I would train with RTC, so I would just go in with RTC, wrestle freestyle with Imar, and rolling around with a couple of guys, but I mean, technically, I wasn't part of the team yet, so, and I wasn't enrolled in school, just because I entered the transfer portal late and NCAA rules took me out for that term, so, yeah, it was rough. I had to lift on my own. I bought my own gym membership, which is crazy because, like, as athletes, we lift in a gym. We always have, like, strength coaches, and then I was just by myself at a gym, and I was like, what do I even do, you know?
Yeah.
So that was a weird transition period for me.
You haven't had like a normal, like
I haven't had a full season.
A normal season yet. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, do you feel like there was any part of that that was like good for you? Like looking back, like having a little bit of like perspective. Did you like learn anything about yourself during that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I was here. I was training with RTC, so I wasn't in school. I wasn't with the team, so I was kind of just in isolation. But I was in Oregon. I was getting adjusted to everything, like the weather, the different kind of people that are out here. So yeah, I was really just acquainting myself. So it was pretty cool. That's God's thumb right there. Whoa. Did you get that? That's God's thumb. Just looks like God's thumb, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, man, I enjoyed the hike. At first, I was like, Trey, what are we doing? Now that I'm here, it's fresh air, no distractions, sunset, great looking guys.
It's better than this, right? Just guys being dudes.
You're on camera.
Hi.
You look good, don't worry.
What are you guys doing?
Just went for a little hike.
Beautiful there. Oh my gosh.
Who are you talking to?
My mom. Mom, you just pumped. You gotta watch. You can't be on pause.
I was trying to take a picture.
Oh, hey, you would not last on this hike. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Savage.
You would struggle. I'm so sorry, Mom. It was all uphill.
So what's Trey doing? I thought he was home.
No, we're all here for the camp.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
You're 21 now.
I am 21.
Brandon's gonna buy you a beer.
I don't know about that.
You know I don't drink, so that doesn't work.
I'm allergic to it.
He's Filipino, just like
Yeah.
Oh,
me.
that's true. I'm allergic to it too. You're
Yeah.
right. It's the Asian glow.
Yeah, right.
All right, Mom, love you. We're just FaceTiming, so.
It's beautiful there.
Yes, you are. All right.
Mwah.
All right, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Buy you a beer. What is she thinking? She knows.
Come on.
Come on.
When was your birthday?
June 25th, so 5 days ago.
I told Pendleton, like, some days, like, I'm 22, I'd go to the bars, but I never drink. Like, I get a lemonade, because they give it to me for free, and I always go in for chicken tenders and fries and give it to me for half off. I told Pendleton, I was like, dude, like, sometimes during the season, like, I'm going to the bar, like, but I'm not drinking, like, I'm responsible, like, I'm going home by, like, 11, but I want to hang out with my friends, you know? He brought it up, he's like, Kaylor, he goes to the bar, but he's smart. He listens to his body and to his mind.
Yeah.
He doesn't give into temptation.
He'll be like, we have our little like pre-practice meetings. He'll like, I know one person for a fact I can trust at a bar. Rest of you guys? I don't know. He does this little look. He goes like that.
He picks somebody. Yeah, he was like, Kaylor, my man.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, coach, lemonade, only lemonade,
Yeah.
nothing else. And everyone makes fun of me because it's like the glasses are different. Like they give you like a plastic, like those Pepsi cups, you know,
difference. Yeah.
versus the glass. Everyone's like, dude, what are you drinking there? I'm like, lemonade. They go, dude, no, like for real, what's in there? I go, lemonade. And like a drunk person will like take a drink. They go, dude, that's the best. What's in that? I go, dude, it's lemonade. Like, stop asking. Like,
Water lemonade.
there's nothing else in here besides lemonade and ice.
I forgot what lemonade tasted like.
Yeah, I'm like, dude.
He's been drinking so long. So yeah, we'll just talk about the end of the season. Coming out of Pac-12's, your match with Bernie Truax, come off a real high, and then going into the NCAA season. Talk us through that a little bit.
Yeah. Pac-12's was an amazing tournament for us. We had things go our way. We had things go not our way, and we lost by half a point. So it was a little bittersweet, but I mean, looking at our improvement from the years before, it's tremendous. We're just making bounds from where we were. So, losing by half a point, it stings, but also it's really cool in a sense. And we're just going to keep getting better. And going into NCAAs, we had 8 qualifiers. It's like the most we've had in I'm not sure the years, but that was a ton of qualifiers for us. It's just a testament to all our hard work. And going in NCAAs, we felt like we were the best conditioned. And I didn't have the best finish to my season, and that hurts a lot. And I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life and live with that. But it's just gonna be a cooler end of my story when I'm a multiple-time All-American, maybe national champ, maybe even world champ. So yeah, I'm excited for the future, for me and for my team as well.
Maybe take some time, walk us through like your tournament and what you were feeling each round, because that tournament, it's such a roller coaster where you have such high highs and then you have your lows. So talk about what it kind of felt like going through.
This is my second time going to the tournament, but first time with fans, and it's just a completely different feel in the arena when there's people there. So going into the quarterfinals, I was wrestling Hidley, and I was really nervous going out there, but I was really excited to prove myself too, just because like we watched NCAAs on the TV all the time, and ever since we've been kids, and like you watch these guys. And I was talking to BK, and I was like, we're these guys now. Like, we're the guys that the kids watch the TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's pretty cool. So going out there, it was really cool. I had Daniel Cormier. He was sitting right behind Pendleton. He was like, "You got this, Trey," because Daniel Cormier, he wrestled on a team with my dad, Pendleton. All those Oklahoma State guys are really close. So I go out there. I just didn't wrestle my match. Lost 5-2, I think is what it was. And then I dropped down to the blood round. We were all pretty jittery. We were all really nervous. We were all just sitting in our hotel room, kind of just like one more match. Everything's riding on this match, and we're warming up, and BK wins this match, Devin wins this match, Grant wins this match, Hunter wins this match, and now all of a sudden it's my turn, and I'm like, okay, here we go. 5 All-Americans, let's go. And I'm warming up, and I get hyped up, and I beat myself before I went out there, and I ended up losing the match. And it stings a lot, but seeing those guys getting their All-American honors was super awesome, and I just love supporting my guys, and yeah, it was really cool to see.
When you say you beat yourself before you went out there, what do you like? what do you mean by that? Like looking back now, like how do you think about that?
Like wrestling, I think is a mental sport. I mean, everybody at this level has the skills to be a national champ. It's just what's up here, I think, is what's really important. I was looking past him. I underestimated him, and I was warming up too early. I didn't do my pre-match routine right. I hyped myself up too much, and I was just really nervous. I wasn't really in the right mindset, so I just beat myself, I think.
We talked a little bit about this before up there, where it's like maybe fans of just like wrestling, not Oregon State, they look at what you guys did like, wow, it's a really cool story, but when's the next time Oregon State's gonna get 4 All-Americans again? It might be a while. I'm sure you guys don't think about that. Like, what do you say to people that think that way? How do you guys think behind the scenes, Oregon State room? What are you guys talking about?
We're not done yet. You know, this next year we're gonna be even better than we were last year. You know, and kind of like BK was saying, we're gonna have 5 All-Americans, and that's not just blowing smoke. We're not pumping anybody up. I think we're gonna have at least 5 All-Americans on the team next year. And with our recruiting class coming this year, I think we're just gonna keep building on top of that and just passing what we know to those kids, leaving our legacy on the program, because we want Oregon State to be put on the map, and let the whole nation know that the West Coast is the best coast, you know?
I mean, talking to you guys are super confident. Other people in the program, like, where does the confidence come from? Is it the performance last year, or what else?
I'd say it's mostly from each other, from the hard work we put in. Trey's dad came in and did a speech, and the acronym team is together, everyone achieves more, and that's what we are. And Coach P talks about a lot of things that you can control in life and in your matches, and it's your attitude and effort. And that's what we control well. And it's almost like we are so involved in each other's matches, like hyping each other up, getting ready for it. And it's just that excitement that we bring together as a collective whole is what really propels us and boosts us over our competition.
Yeah,
So
it's not just the wrestling, it's also in our own lives as well. Like, we build each other up as people too, and that's what I think gets us so attached to each other, is just like building each other up as people and becoming that close and tight-knit as friends too.
I think you look at like his dad or like Coach Pendleton, like those Oklahoma State, like just legends, Esposito and Coleman Scott and all those guys, and what they've built as friends and brothers over the years. Like, I think we have something like that building here at Oregon State. And that's what I look forward to personally. I know a lot of guys, I know Trey does, like that brotherhood, it's special, and that's what we have going for us. And that's why we're so confident, not just ourselves, but each other.
Yeah, I get that vibe too. Like, I hear like numerous people like that we've talked to have like used the word family or like home, or like, is that how like it feels to you guys too, or like is that how you would describe it?
Yeah. It's our family outside of our family, you know? I think we're really creating a brotherhood here.